Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And as you can see, I've got two good guests here with me tonight. I've got Willie Word on my far left and Bud Strader here in the middle. They're going to talk to us here in a little bit about the grass spraying that's going on in our waters and reservoirs, Milton Hill, Watts Bar, Loudon, Chickamauga, just about all over. Anywhere there's some grass growing. They're going to give us some heads up on stuff like that. But before we get into that, I've got a few things I want to run by you. This coming weekend, WECO out in Wartburg, they're having an outdoor show, and they've been doing this for several years. They'll be downtown. But Reynolds Racing and Marine's going to be out there with some side-by-sides and some boats. So if you get a chance, they had to cancel last week due to weather. But weather's going to be great from what I'm hearing on the weather forecast, if you can believe it, Willie. But anyway, it's only job you can keep and be 50% right and still keep it. I'm 50% wrong. You can take it either way. I wish I'd have done that a long time ago, weather forecaster. But anyway, they're predicting good weather for Saturday, so don't forget that. But they will be out there, Reynolds Racing and Marine. That's why I'm bringing this up. They're going to have some boats and some side-by-sides out there, and Glenn will be glad to see you and let you look him over. I don't know, may even test run one. I don't have a clue, but be a good thing to join that there Saturday morning out there. Another thing too, speaking of Reynolds Racing Marine, when Glenn, I talked with him this past week, and it's back to that same thing, trying to pick colors and things that you would want to buy. So if you think you might be interested in a boat, come next year or whatever, please go by there and look at the boats he's got, the Allisons, the Bullets, the Expresses, and if you want certain colors so he can order, and so what if you don't take it, somebody else may like it. So but that's what he and I talked about. So if you would get by down there and get that done, because other than that, Glenn wrestles with it all the time, trying to pick out the colors that people want. So if you know what you'd like to have on one, it'd be a good time to talk with him and give him a little heads up for the new models coming in. Want to say hello to Dad, Jerry and Gay, and Polly up in Clinton there. Bill is on Dale Hollow, he and Max Meredith, and we got some pictures we're going to show here right now. Dylan, you ready? All right. All right. That's Jason Foster right there. I know I don't have any audio going out, do I? Yeah, I should. Okay, good. You got me on there. That's good. That's Jason Foster last Saturday night at Norris, and looks like all three of them's largemouths. And he won the tournament, the tournament that he was in up there, and that was a good catch on that. Congratulations, Jason. Looks like there's Max up on the front of the boat, and got a big largemouth there. All right, go to the next one. Yeah, it looks like him again. That's a big smallmouth there. No, wait a minute. That's the pictures that Jerry sent. That right there is that's the two gentlemen that called in here last week that was down there watching the show while they was idling out on the from the boat ramp down there, and that's Rob Moore and Tim Gill. That's who them pictures right there is from. Rob Moore and Tim Gill, and two dandy fishermen down there, Alpha Hollow, and nice smallmouth. They're the ones that caught fish 4 nights down there last month, and caught 88 smallmouth, and had, I think it was 11 of them over 5 pounds, or no, 8 over 5 pounds, and 11 more over 4 pounds. Killed them. Yeah. So that's the two guys right there. That's Rob Moore and Tim Gill, and they throwed them all back, catch and release. But them two guys right there has been on them. They're on fire down there right now. So we appreciate them. Hopefully they're watching the show again tonight. And they were idling, like I said last week when we was doing the show, they were idling out of the no wake down at Horse Creek going after them. So anyway, we're proud to have those pictures. Let's see, that took care of that. And there's one other thing I want to do, Bud, before I get to you and Willie. And Dylan, on my camera, on the 21st, that pile of trash there, can you put that up and show just that right there when it gets through? Come back to me. Right there we go. So listen, I'm up here at the free launch in Cove Creek, and I'm looking at a pile of trash right here, and I'm gonna give you a little heads up. Get these two gentlemen and this lady in the film right here. Won't you all just come on in now? Let's talk about it. I got Ronnie Norton, Ernie Violet, and
Joni Simmons.
Joni Simmons here, and they have worked. This is not the first pile of stuff they picked up out of the woods here. This is about the third pile, I think, ain't it, Ronnie?
Yeah.
And there's pieces scattered all up and down the blacktop here, but these people are working hard to clean up the lake. And they've been dealing with TVA, and I'm going to have them on the show, not this coming Thursday, but the following Thursday. They're going to come down and fill us in on all the information of how this stuff got in the water and why it's not been cleaned up and this, that, and the other. I just, it's amazing right here of how big this pile of stuff is, and I want to commend you all already for the job you've done and what you're trying to do. And I'll be glad to have you all on the show with me there, like I said, Thursday week. And we'll get this to, get it out in front of the people and let them know what's going on, and maybe the boaters will help us and everybody do a better job of picking up their trash. But a lot of this looks like it's came out from under docks. So but you all plan on coming down Thursday week and being with us, and I'm sure proud I got up here to see some of this.
Thank you for coming.
All right, buddy, you're more than welcome. Looking forward to having you all on the show, okay? All right. Okay. Again, thank you, Ronnie.
Thank you for coming back.
Ernie, thank you, and thank you.
Thank you.
All right, listen, folks, can't wait to get all these people down there Thursday night and let them tell us the story about what's going on behind this trash pile here. All right, let's go fishing.
Let's go.
Just make me look good.
All right, folks. You back to me, Dylan? All right, buddy, thank you. I wanted to show you all that bit of film right here off the get-go, so we'd be prepared next week for when those two gentlemen and Joni come down here to be with us. But folks, honestly, we've got a problem on our waterways, and there's been, I know, 2 or 3 more dump truck loads of stuff that they've pulled out of the lake up there, and that's been hauled off. And Mr. Norton brought his tractor down there. Some of them pieces had concrete on them. It was too big. He couldn't drag them up the bank with his truck, so he had to go get his tractor and drag them up our legs. But anyway, what's going on? North gets way up sometimes, and it did this spring. Well, it pushes that trash and stuff. It all goes back to the pockets. with the wind and the current and the boat waves and everything, it pushes it right back in the back of the pockets, and then it gets in there and gets trapped, and they let the water down, it's there. But that's what they're fighting up there, and they're wanting to clean the place up, not just in Cove Creek, but just all over the whole lake. And so they're going to come down next week, be with me, pass the word along to you on what the plan is, because they've talked to TVA and this, that, and the other, and I'm not going to repeat what Mr. Norton told me. I'll let you hear that from him. But anyway, I just want to make you wise to it that they're going to be on the show next week, and I'm just proud to have them, just like with these two gentlemen right here. But I'm going to tell you and Willie one thing, and I just got off the phone with Bill, and he was out there at Dale Holler getting ready to go fishing, and he said to tell you one thing. He said, tell them to quit putting stuff in the water.
We're trying
So there you go. Anyway, you guys go ahead. I'm going to make notes and listen up here on what's going on.
Willie, you want to show them?
Go ahead.
Well, we've been, well, today we had a phone call from TDEC, which TVA says that TDEC owns the water, and TVA owns the bank. So we're looking at TDEC right now to see what we can do about stopping this poisoning that's going on in our waterway. And we've got a placket that's going to be shown that once it goes into the waterway, it goes to the city waters. And the placket says that you're not supposed to be drinking this water for at least 5 days. No irrigation, anything like that. And but people are consuming it. And we've got a lot of stuff floating in the river right now, in Watts Bar especially, and they'll say after they sprayed it brings the bottom up, it turns every bit of the bottom loose, and it floats up. And if you run through that, you're subject to stop your boat motor up or a jet ski or something and ruin you an engine. So be aware when you're out there that there is a lot of these mats floating, and they can cause you a lot of problems. So a lot of spraying fixing to start taking place. TVA says they're going to go back to spraying the ramps and the swimming areas, which I think we may have one on Watts Bar, maybe two, and we got a couple, 3 ramps. They've been spraying on Chickamauga, and we got signage here we're going to show you that it's diquat and chelated copper. Chelated copper is a heavy metal, and it sinks to the bottom and it destroys everything from the bottom up. And it's affecting a lot of our fishery in different places. So folks, be advised that when you see these boats out there, stay away from them, because this is poison they're spraying, and it will harm you. Because we got several people that's been to the hospital over it and spent the night, and they're using some 2,4-D, which is just bad business. So, and Willie's got some things here he's going to show you that how it affects. So, Willie.
Okay.
This is a picture of a fish I caught with a bunch of sores on it, and I showed it to a guy that's supposed to be a biologist, and he told me that a turtle bit it, and that's what caused the sores on it.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the 80s when they were spraying the grass, no telling how many fish we caught with sores like this on it. And they had a tournament, they have a tournament down there at the bait box the second Wednesday of every month.
Mm-hmm.
And they said last week, or week before last, when they weighed the fish in, that they weighed in a bunch of fish that had the sores on it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you catch a fish with the sores on it, I would appreciate it if you would email it to me or send it to me on my phone, and we'll look at it and see if we can't get TWRA to check them out and see if a turtle really did cause an infection.
Well, Willie, let me add a little bit to that. Right now, these boys, there's a lot of fish being caught out of the grass on Watts Bar. You know that, I know that, Bud knows that. And, you know, that grass, most of the time, it's from 0 to 4 feet. And the fish are in there because they got food and they got cover and it's shady. That's, you know, they're in there. That's where most of the people's catching their fish at right now. And then they go in there and spray. I mean, you know, them fish don't know nothing's going on until it's too late.
It suffocates them.
Yeah. So
it kills all the oxygen when it kills the grass, and then
yeah.
next thing you know, it suffocates them to death before they can get away from it. They don't even know to get away from it.
right. I mean, you know, they just think it's raining.
Right.
The only thing they don't know is what kind of rain is coming.
Well, we've got a guy going around telling everybody that the grass depletes the oxygen, takes the habitat away from the fish, takes their spawning place, and he's trying to eliminate the grass teetotally.
Yeah.
And he's going around making these speeches everywhere.
Yeah.
He's been to Chattanooga, he's been to Knoxville, he's been to Rockwood, but he's trying to convince everybody that this grass is
Bad business.
bad business.
Yeah.
And actually, it's a poison they're putting in that's,
Yeah.
I mean, there's other ways of getting rid of the grass without putting this poison in the water.
Yeah. Let me ask a question here. Dylan, did you get that poster blew up? Is it ready? All right, put it up there. I really wished we could zoom in on that and get a better picture, folks. I'm hoping that you all, and our telephones are working. If you've got a question or a comment, there you go, Dylan. Just kind of start at the top and let us read that down as we go. So we can see what's going on and about that thing there. Herbicidal treatment now in progress. Is that what it said?
Yeah, it's got diquatulated copper is what it is, but what they're doing is going in there mixing 2,4-D with it. This started on the 24th on Chickamauga, and it was down around Cell Creek. And a gentleman sent me that picture and asked me what it was, and I told him, I said, they're spraying in that area right there. So if you go on down, if you look on down, it'll tell you the... scroll on down a little bit, Dylan. Yeah,
there we go.
Right there.
Right there, hold up right there.
If you can pull him up just a little bit, you'll see that it says that there's 5 days that you're not supposed to drink, to irrigate, or have any, any usage of the water. It says now you can go swimming in it now, but you can't swallow it. Here.
Yeah. Okay.
Be sure if you're flopping around out there in the water, don't swallow it. And
hold it right there. So what you're telling me, Bud, you can swim in it, but they don't want you to spray it on your grass or nothing like that in the yard, huh?
No, don't drink it. No use of irrigation, anything like that, because it will kill your grass, folks.
Yeah. Okay.
And it will kill your grass if you drink it.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm getting more of the picture now. I'm a little slow, but I got what you're saying. But it's all right to swim in it.
Well, that's what they say.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people says, well, I drink bottled water. It don't matter to me.
Yeah.
But they wash their dishes, they wash their clothes, and they take a shower in it.
Yeah.
And it goes through the pores.
Right.
Yeah.
Bud and I got a pretty good dose of it when they come by and sprayed us. And we both got sores all over our arms. And I thought I was getting bug bit by something. Come to find out,
it was that mist off the spray. Okay. That's kind of misleading there, how you could swim in it, but you're not supposed to spray it on your yard or irrigate with it. So.
Or use it for household
uses. Right. Yeah.
Most of your city municipals, they suck their water through, and And what people
yeah.
don't know is they don't have filters on it. What they do is they add chlorine to it to kill the bacteria.
Yeah.
And you're getting a full dose of the poison when it comes through there. And chelated copper is heavy metal.
Yeah.
So once you get it, you got it. It don't go nowhere.
Right.
If you'll notice, after they spray, the water turns a green pumpkin color.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that copper.
Yeah. If you put water on copper, you know how
It turns
green. Yeah.
So
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah.
if you'll notice, the water turns a green pumpkin color.
You can smell it too. I mean, it
yeah.
stinks.
Well, when we talked the other day, a couple of weeks back, you guys were going to meet with TVA. Anything come out of that?
TVA said that the contractor who's spraying for them will be have a light on his boat when he's spraying,
Yeah.
and he'll try to make the public aware of what's going on. That light's got to be on and flashing, and anytime that he's discharging. And we've got today I talked to TDEC, and TDEC argument is that the Department of Agriculture is the one that issues the permit to do this with, and then you ask them, well, did you come out and check to see to make sure they're mixing it properly? Well, that's not our bag of tea. That's not our cup of tea. That's why I said, well, whose is it? They said, well, we don't do water. We just issue the permit. So my argument is, if you're going to issue the permit, why don't you come check, make sure that they're doing
Following
doing
what
what's
you're
supposed to do.
permitting.
Yeah.
In other words, they're
Yeah.
supposed to mix so many gallons per gallons of water of treatment, and they, who's there to check them that they
Right.
ain't mixing it 50-50 or 75-25.
Right.
And we've had people from Lowe's and Co-op tell us that they can't keep that stuff on the shelf for people coming in there buying it.
Yeah.
To go out there and put it in the water themselves. So God only knows what's going in our water
Yeah.
that we drink.
Yeah. What's the, Bud, what'd you say? I know you said they were going to spray around the boat ramps.
Right.
And the swimming areas. I think there's, Caney Creek got a swimming area. Up the Tennessee there, Riley Creek's got a swimming area. There is one at White's Creek. I don't know if they maintain it now. I hadn't seen anything about that in years. There's not one at Rockwood Slough that I know of. Let's see, Sand Island's got a swimming area, and I don't know, Blue Springs or Bayside, do they have? I don't think they have one either. So there's only a few on the lake.
Right.
3, 4, maybe 5. I think there's one down in down the Piney, but
they're spraying the whole lake.
but they're spraying the whole lake. One at the dam. That's right, Mike. There is. Yeah.
Yeah, but the grass is really, we had discussed that with them, that we've had a cold winter, and when the drawdown comes, the grass, it takes it a while to come back, and that bear zone there, and we just don't have it. It's not,
Yeah. Not flourishing like it ought to.
6 foot on out, we've got grass, but
Yeah.
in the shallows where it got a hard freeze in wintertime, it's late coming back, and TVA said we don't even know we're really going to have to spray. And from the Rockwood ramp, there's another one around Rockwood ramp there. It's not
Gone.
there. So
Yeah.
save taxpayers a lot of money if they kept them boats off the water. Really.
Yeah. Well, last year, that's what I kept telling everybody. There was a couple of coves there between Caney Creek and Kingston that got real heavy with grass, and the fishing was good naturally. But when they drop the water, all that's dry. And so the grass, it's got no way to thrive, and so it's got to start back every spring. Every time when they raise the water, it's just like a garden. When they put the water to it, in the sunshine, it starts coming up, and it's just little sprigs, a couple of inches long, and it just grows during the summer. and then they'll, you know, they go in there and spray it and
Knock it back again.
knock it back again. You know, there's got to be a happy medium there somewhere, and you'd think these people would that's supposed to be managing this thing would be doing their part. It's like the permit, TDAC giving the permits out would be checking to make sure that they're not over mixing or over spraying and that kind of thing. And then TVA, they're claiming everything on the shoreline, ain't they? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and if you put a dock on the lake, it's supposed to have a permit, ain't it?
It's supposed to be permitted.
Huh?
If you cut a tree, it's supposed to be, you're supposed to get a permit. And,
Yeah.
but my argument was that you're supposed to be permitted to spray that water, and they say water don't belong to us, it belongs to TDEC.
Yeah.
And so TDEC, we try to get them involved, and probably the week of, first week after August, TDEC is coming, and they're gonna look at our argument, and then, you know, we're gonna show them things that taking place and that's happened to the environment. And if you keep overlaying this poison and overlaying it and overlaying it,
Yeah.
somewhere down the road, you've got a problem, because
It may not come back the next year.
there's something ain't gonna come back. There'll be a lot of people
Yeah.
ain't gonna come back.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
But the folks here at Milton Hill, we had a couple of boys that had messaged me, and they were concerned about the amount of spraying that's going on in Milton Hill, and the fact that Oak Ridge gets their water out of Milton Hill.
Yeah.
So folks in Oak Ridge, you don't know what you're drinking. I mean, you do not know what you're drinking, because your water system is set up to treat bacteria and not filter your water. So be sure of this one thing: you're probably getting a good dose of something that clean you out.
Well, folks, like I said earlier, you may not have heard it, but their phones are working. If anybody's got anything they want to ask, give us a call over here. Be more than glad to try to answer
You
it.
reckon Crabtree's watching?
I'd say I hope he is. And speaking of him, I hadn't talked to him in a pretty good while. I need to go by and check on him.
Crabtree's, he's on the mend. He's supposed to be down in the morning.
Is he?
Yeah.
Look
Good. Did he? That's great.
Lake box,
That's-
Monday.
Perfect. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. That's Wayne Crabtree, folks. He's a dandy. While we got that going on, if you can get the show live on YouTube. You just have to go to www.youtube.com BBBTV12, and the show's on right now. Like I said, we had some guys idling out of the no wake zone down there on Dale Hollow last week watching it, and they called back up here after it's over with. But anyway, we're tickled to death of that. So if you, like I said, if you know of anything, comment on anything, give us a call here at the studio. We let you talk to Bud and Willie about what they found out, what they know. But you know, we all, you know, the homeowners has a situation. You know, we know they've got a situation, but to eliminate or eradicate the vegetation in that lake down there is not the right thing to do. You're putting that stuff in the water, people in the water plants sucking it right up, putting it in, you know, in their water systems in the towns and stuff, and it just ain't the right thing to do. There's got to be some other way to help the dock owners, and I understand that you jump off the dock, you don't want to jump into a bed of grass, but you know, there's other ways. There's got to be a better way to do that rather than contaminating the water system.
A log chain will get rid of it.
A log chain, we've talked about that. They got these cultivators, other places that comes in and like a paddle wheel, and it just sucks up and chews, it gets the grass chewed up and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's just need to research it and see what's going on, you know, with it, and besides these chemicals.
The old lake's was getting healthy. You know, we're seeing, we've had, I think, 6 or 8 fish over 10 pounds top of this front.
Yeah, I agree.
Lake's really, really coming on. And we've, TWRA, this is the 4th year that they have introduced Florida strand bass.
Bass, yeah. Yes, sir.
We're looking to overtake the world record here, but that don't happen.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a lot of bait fish in Watts Bar Lake. I don't have to, you know, but like you said, last year when they sprayed during the spawn.
Right.
And so it may set them back,
Yeah.
you know, and it may set, you know, the shad kill is, we don't know what it was, but anytime you're fooling with that during the spawning period, it's nothing but havoc. I mean, it can't be nothing good.
No. Like Johnny said today that we've lost the original spotted bass that we had in our lakes. It's gone for some reason. And now we're losing the old skipjack.
Yeah.
Skipjacks are they're an endangered state right now. They're going to probably you're going to have to do something, put them on the endangered species list.
I ain't caught one of them in years.
Yeah.
We got something going on in our lakes, and we don't, you know, we really don't need anything to hamper anything to harm our fisheries. So
Yeah. Well, you know, the Kentucky spotted bass on Norris back years ago was, I mean, you just catch them 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 inches long, about everywhere you went.
Right.
And now, I hadn't caught one in a while.
Check them out.
I mean, we just hadn't caught one in a while, you know, up there. And they used to be plentiful. As a matter of fact, they took the size limit off of them.
Right.
There was so many of them. Well, now they're hunting for them.
I see the Emory was the same way. You go up there and you catch 40, 50, 60 of them up there. You won't catch a one anymore.
Yes, sir. That's a fact.
But the smallmouth population, it's exploded. Last Saturday, I've seen, ain't no telling how many smallmouth over 4 pounds caught last Saturday. Don't know what Saturday was. It must have been smallmouth day, because Wes Lynn was over at the house last night. We was working on a boat motor, and he said he got on one pointer and boat motor run over it. He said, I don't know what they done, whether they drove them in or what. He said it was a catch fest for about an hour.
Yeah.
Nothing but smallmouth. So we got some pretty good spotted bass in Watts Bar too. So
Yeah, and you can find them. I mean, that's a fact.
Yeah.
But they are scarce on Norris. I mean, you know, used to, like I said, I'd always catch a few, but it ain't happening now. The last 2 or 3 years, it's been zero on them. But anyway, what do you guys got coming up? You know, in the next few weeks, what can you tell us to look forward to, or anything like that?
Well, in August we're having a meeting with the TVA and TDEC. TDEC told us today that we would be invited as the East Tennessee Sportsman Association, which we're going to do a name change. We're going to go to Tennessee River Sportsman Association, so it will include everybody in the river system. So, yeah, we're going to do that, and I don't need to talk about the lawyer, do I? I don't need to talk about that. But,
Did he tell you that was something you shouldn't be talking about?
well, we shouldn't talk about that.
I understand. That's no problem. We won't question anything about
Talked to
that.
Mike Jolly today. He's he's a biologist over the fisheries here in East Tennessee, and he's pretty well excited about what we got going on as far as fishery. If we can just we can get them stopped spraying.
Yeah.
So
Okay. All right. Let's see who we got here.
This key is programmed as a
Oh.
live key as displayed. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I've been tuned in late to this local channel, whatever it is, you know,
Yes, sir.
and they got this fish up there. Is that the record that guy caught a while back?
No, sir. No, that's not. There's one hanging on the wall, and then that one set on the plaque there is Billy Bass. We just keep him around for sentimental value.
Oh, that's one of them phony jobs, huh?
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah, it sure is.
Wayne Crabtree caught that fish.
I didn't hear you, sir.
I said, I'm sorry about that. I interrupted.
No, you didn't. No, we're
That's
glad.
one of them down the den, that Billy Bass.
Yeah, that's
Oh, shoot.
That's right. Yeah. Well, like I said, we've had him for so long, we hate to throw him back in.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Take
thanks
me
a lot.
to the
All right, buddy.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Okay. Am I off there? Gabe King's got the state record, you know, I don't know if it's a replica or the original fish, but he's got a nice mount on that thing. You guys have seen it over there.
I thought he ate that fish.
Well, he may have, but I don't know. I'm hoping he got to turn it back loose,
Hey,
and that was
somebody
just a
said he
replica.
run the guide service on Chickamauga now.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing pretty good at it.
Well, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
You know, he was teaching school up at Campbell County, but he may still be. I hadn't talked to Gabe in a while, but I'll give him a buzz and see what's going on. I thought he's still school teaching. I was looking forward to getting up with him this fall. You know, we start the high school things here
Right.
pretty quick. Matter of fact, they're working on the schedule right now, so they'll have at least 3 tournaments between now and they'll finish up around the first or middle of November, and then they'll start back again around the March, first of March, second week of March, something like that. Get to spring. They do the fall and the spring, and yeah, that grandson, he's already put me wise. You know, want me to be ready. So we're going to see.
Well, we had yesterday, I talked to Bill Taylor, he's tournament director with FLW Outdoors. He was at Congress yesterday. Talking to him about discussing the situation of these Asian carp and the big-headed carp that are headed our way.
Yeah.
And they've already made it through the chain. They're in Pickwick now, and they're trying their best to figure out how they're going to stop these things. They just millions of them. Millions.
Yeah.
So he went to Congress and he's trying to get them to appropriate something like $11 million to open up fish houses and open up an industry where they'll fish these things and process them. So that's a good thing. And I told him, I said, "Well, you up there?" I said, "There's somebody about stopping these people from killing our greenery." You know, a lot of stuff in the lake that's natural and it's being killed too. So
Yeah. Well, that's just another thing that's coming at us, these Asian carp. I mean, hey, it's nature for them to try to move upstream.
that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I hope they get them before they get to us.
Right? Yeah, they're.
I mean,
They're trying to deal where they're putting some kind of sound barrier up on the locks, but I don't know whether they're working 100% yet or not. I don't know whether they're going to do it. So they showed a picture of the dam. They was just millions of them below the dam. I mean, it was unreal how many of them was there, and they all came out of the pond.
yeah.
It started out of a
pond.
stock pond. That's
Yeah.
how that started. So we got things here we need to look at. And we'd like for folks to come join our organization, the East Tennessee Sportsman Association. Be a friend of the environment. Ride, walk, swim, or
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
You can be a part of it and have a voice. We're going to go to working on our congressional folks, our congressmen, our representatives, and see if we can't get some laws rewritten that will be friendly to our sports and to our environment.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good, bud. That sounds real good.
A couple of weeks ago, I called the Coast Guard, told them what was going on. They was all excited, up in arms. They was going to send investigators and check everything out. Well, they called TDEC, the guy at TDEC. Called me back in a little while and said, "We dropped the case.
Yeah.
The people are not breaking the laws up there."
Yeah.
So,
Lord, Lordy.
I mean,
It's a revolving door, Willie.
Right.
This one don't want to take the blame for that, and that one don't want to take the blame for that, and it just goes round and round in a circle, and just let everything ride.
right.
You know.
Well, TDEC says they don't have the manpower or the time
To check.
to check the water because they're too busy at these truck stops
Mm-hmm.
doing diesel spills.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. Nobody's regulating what people are doing.
Yeah.
We've got a video of a guy in a pontoon boat. He
Yeah.
comes as close to me and you to a woman and some kids on a float spraying this stuff.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, we've got a video of it.
Yeah, bad deal.
That's bad. Yeah.
These people are not, and according to, you're supposed to go by what the label says, and the label says you're supposed to have protective,
Yeah. For
protective-
PPE on.
Yeah. Glasses and everything, and these kids are out there in a pair of blue jeans and a t-shirt spraying this stuff. So sooner or later, it's gonna get them.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
like I told Bud the other day, somebody's gonna have to get hurt, and hurt bad before these people start
Yeah.
paying attention to what these people are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had two to spend the night in the hospital over it.
Mm-hmm.
They were on the dock, and gentleman on the dock waved them off, and they spun the airboat around and blew the overspray and hit them in the faces, and they spent the night in the hospital. They checked them and said it was 2-4 days. So, and it's hard on your eyes, bad on your eyes. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well, listen, Dylan, we're going to take a little break. You got something to show for us? All right.
You're gonna end up with another Flint, Michigan working on it.
Hey folks, I'm back here at Tim's Tires, and as you saw the intro on the door, and they are also open on Saturdays from 8 to 12:30. And you know, I'm just looking at these tires. They've got lawnmower tires, they've got the small tractor tires, and the big tractor tires, and all these tires right here are for trucks and automobiles, vans, that kind of thing. And they've just got a warehouse full of tires, bringing them in all the time and shipping them out all the time. So if you're needing that set of tires, please come by here at Tim's Tires, Highway 27, going into Harriman. On the left, to be on the right if you're coming from Harriman. And like I said, this place is just stacked full of tires. Brands, all kinds, sizes, all kinds, and if they just happen not to have the size or kind you're wanting and the size, just give them a call down here and they'll have it for you, usually by the next day and sometimes by dinner time that day. So remember Tim's Tires, and let them know you appreciate them being a sponsor of the Let's Go Fishing Show. Hey folks, we're inside here at Edgemoor Outdoors, and just going to walk around and show you some of the stuff they've got. As you can see, the place is lit up really well. Everything's neat and in place. It's easy to find, plenty of room in between the aisles, so just walls full of everything, and the racks filled full of baits and this, that, and the other. So you've got everything in the world here. Man, you're talking about a wall of plastics. Now, I think this building is somewhere around 70 feet long, and there's 60 of it right here covered up with Zoom products and net baits and everything in the world. So remember Edgemoor Outdoors for all your fishing needs. It's just amazing. I mean, what you got here. So get by over here at Edgemoor Outdoors and get your tackle and fishing line, whatever it is you might need. They even have live bait. Back here, Jim's got some of the best minnows in the country. We're back here, got about 3 different sizes, so want to put them up. And also too, he has a just got a thing in out here. I'll get a picture of it when I get out there, but you're not going to believe it. It's a bait dispensary, like a Coke machine. So he's got it. Also, too, remember, he's got the archery stuff here in the store and that kind of thing. Remember Edgemore Outdoors, folks. Can't go wrong with that. And make sure that get by here and see them. Reel cabinet, 3 of them, 4 of them plumb full of reels and stuff. So.
Savings that wouldn't drive you crazy, you know, wouldn't cut into you too bad.
Okay, folks, this is what I was talking about. It's a 24-hour bait and tackle center. And there's live bait, night crawlers and minnows both in here. And Jim's working on getting the thing stocked up. It's got some crankbaits in it right now and some night crawlers and minnows and that kind of stuff. There'll be floaters. He's in there working on the list and getting the supplies gathered up. So remember that here at Edgemore Outdoors. It's a 24-hour service. All right.
How much more we like?
All right, folks, we're back. I'm just sitting here. Mike's in the background over here, and Bud and Willie, they hadn't seen one of those either. But that, it looks like a Coke machine, but it's a bait dispensing box. It's in the front of Edgemore Outdoors over there, and that's so that you can go up there 24 hours a day. And Jim's stocking it up. He just got the thing a few days ago, and he's stocking it up. And it's for whenever he's not there. And it, you know, it had banded plugs in it, minnows, and night crawlers. And he was going to put hooks, sinkers, floaters, spinner baits, just, you know, a
How do you get your minnows?
Well, they're in one of them little waterproof cups. Sealed up cup,
You're
yeah.
kidding.
No, I couldn't believe it either, Willie. I mean, you know, what are we coming to? Huh?
Hey, and one of the boys, Sean was up there the other day, and he said it absolutely blew his mind to see what all they've got in it.
Yeah, buddy.
So that's a to-do deal. We're going to stop and see that. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
you guys need to go up.
Yeah.
You up that way? Stop in there and check that place out, because I'll tell you right now, it's the best bait store we got around here.
What about Darryl Meadows? You think Darryl, he can go by there and buy some fish and stuff?
Well,
Folks, let me tell you something. Old Darryl, he's running for a commissioner. And if you're listening, Darryl is our man. We got him, and we got Bale and old Benny East. Good folks there to go back on that commission to help us down there. They're some good folks there. So burn a vote on them, please.
Meadows is a fisherman.
Yeah.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, he's.
I thought he was. I knew he was. I just thought I'd mention that. But anyway, yeah, that's a good. I'm glad you brought that up, Bud. But that bait dispensing box over there it caught my attention.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I said, man, Jim. I said, what is? They trying to put you out of work.
When that what they caught?
He said, well, somebody's got to load it up.
When that what they caught Meadows with his arm hung up in that thing, he couldn't get his arm out. Or was that old Mike Lewis? Old Lewis.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's over there. And like Bud said, Sean was over there a few days ago, and he told Bud about Edgemore, and Jim has got a nice shop, folks. He really does, and it's just all lit up. You know, you can see it, and it's plumb full of baits. I mean, I showed you there a little bit of film I shot, just rack after rack of stuff. Bud, that thing's, I think that building's 80 some, maybe 90 feet, and he's got a wall there that's 70 feet long on the back, you know, on the back wall, and it's from this end to that end full of plastics.
Oh, that's.
I'm telling you.
I've seen anything you ever seen.
Of Zoom and net bait stuff. I'm talking about, you know, from the daggum tiny chunks to the 11-inch worms and on and brush hogs and everything. But you got 70 foot of plastics on that back wall back there, and it's 4 foot high, 4 or 5 foot high.
Yeah.
So he's got the stuff, and he's got a lot of new stuff over there too. So remember Edgemore Outdoor, folks. Just like all of our sponsors, we can't do the show without them. They're just a great group of folks, and we got to have them. Any last words, Bud, you and Willie?
Just damn the torpedoes full speed ahead, boys.
Okay.
If you see anybody out there spraying, please take pictures and get them to us. We need all the help we can get.
See a fish kill,
Take pictures.
pictures, document it, and get it to us quickly, and we'll get somebody from TWRA right there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jackie Hooks or John Hooks, if you guys, either one of you is watching, I'm hoping both of you are, give us a buzz over here and fill us in on the King of the Hill tournament. I think the last one was last week, but fill me in exactly who's leading or what or who won. They have that every year, that Blue Ridge Bassmasters over here out of Oak Ridge puts that on. They take a break for 3 or 4 weeks there to have that King of the Hill tournament over there. It takes 3 tournaments. You fish 3 tournaments, and then the total for the 3 is the winner of the whole thing. Yeah. So if anybody listening knows, I was hoping Jackie and them would be watching, but give us a buzz over here, and if anybody's got any info on the King of the Hill tournament, let us know who won, or if there's one more tournament to go or whatever. All righty.
We were talking about the Florida bass.
Yeah.
I've caught some about 3.5 pounds.
No
They're-
kidding,
they're
Willie?
coming on.
Well, shucks, far.
Yeah.
Dang, that been, let's see, 4 years since we put that first mess in.
Yep.
And done weighed 3.5 pounds. That's pretty good. That's that's pretty good. Well, normally, they say about a pound a year for our natural strain of bass in the water. They won't. I don't know. Norris probably won't do that good. But like we said, there's a lot of bait fish in Watch Bar, and the fishing down there. Everything that's in Watch Bar's got plenty to eat if they want to eat, and we just got to keep the minnow population going.
And we can get these people quit spraying poison in the water.
Yeah, and we're going to keep on eventually. The minnows are going to be showing the results of it, and then when you don't have food for the fish, you don't have the fish.
Right.
That's right.
And that's just bottom line. And we realize everybody likes to enjoy the water, and we want to be able to, just like we want to be able to, and the fishing part of it. So anyway, I've got some fishing film shot on North there the other night. If you guys don't have anything else, we've got 8 minutes left. Let's see here. I had something else I wanted to bring up, but I do want to mention again about next week's show about the trash up there. It just blew my mind there of what those folks had pulled out of the lake, and just on and on, So and they're still working. They're still working on what they got, and they went around and took pictures of all the stuff up in the pockets, and that needs to be dipped out, and that kind of thing. So I really hope that they get some help and get what they're after for that, for sure. And needs to be a lot of places cleaned up in that situation. Once it gets back in the pockets, it's kind of forgot about. Yeah. But and like I said, the thing about, and Watch Bar's the same way. When it floods, what's back there in them pockets just gets a little higher up in the woods. Yeah.
Well, one of the things ever since I've been up here is I've wanted to have a cleanup tournament.
Yeah.
And your entry fee would be, when you blast off, we'll give you a garbage bag, And sometime during the day while you're fishing, you get out and bring them, and whoever brings the bag in
It's in the tournament.
gets a prize,
Yeah, okay.
just like the one that catches the most fish. And I've had that started one time, and one guy messed it up. I had all kinds of sponsors, trolling motors, batteries, all kinds of stuff donated
Yeah.
to do it, and this one guy messed it up. So I've never done it before, but I would like to put on a tournament like that, and your entry fee would be
The bag of trash.
sometime during the,
Day, yeah.
and the one that brought in the most trash would be,
Well,
would get a prize, you know.
yeah, that sounds pretty good, Willie. I hope you get that started back, because there is a lot of trash gets on the water, and I take my water bottles and cracker bottles and or snack papers and stuff like that. I put them in a box and throw them back in top of the cooler and get them out the next morning or the next evening or whenever I go back fishing, and throw the trash away. So, but that's what we all got to do. There's more and more people on the lake every year. There's more and more people on the water, and that just you're talking about more trash that's available to get in the water.
Right.
And so we got to police ourselves, keep it cleaned up, and that kind of thing. And I tell you, another big help, I think, is having one of these trash bins or trash cans or something at the boat ramps.
Right.
So when people comes out for water, they got a place to put their trash, and then that way it's not laying on the boat getting blowed off going down the road, and that kind of thing, because that is littering out on the highway.
Right.
But there's nobody says anything about it on the water.
You don't ever see it, do
You don't
you?
ever see it. No, that's a fact.
That's like when you call to police water, you call the state, they'll say, well, that ain't our problem. You call hazmat, they say, well, that ain't our problem. And you call right down the list, and it's nobody's problem, but it's a personal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's somebody watching you.
Right.
You need to put it back in the box, take it with you when you leave.
I agree, but exactly right, 100%. And shucks, well, I wasn't 3 or 4 weeks ago. I don't care. Everybody knows this time of year I fish of a night when it's cool. I flip my dang running light on there. I kept seeing something out there in front of me, and I didn't know. I said, what in the world? And I flipped the driving light on there, and this piece of styrofoam about 8 foot long. I thought, yeah, phew. I heard made a big hard right turn,
Oh.
And I said, man, I'd hate to hit that thing, And I just could see it up in front of me. And I knew something was in the water, but I didn't know what it was. And I thought it was a boat, but then when I hit it with the light, it was real white. I knew what it was. But anyway, we need to police ourselves, folks. And I will say this: Point 19, they got one of those big metal dumpsters there. You put your trash in, which is a real nice thing. And if they don't have these. If you're using the boat ramp and there's not any trash collection or anything close by, put it in a plastic bag, throw it off somewhere else. In the dumpsters at the convenience centers or wherever you got to take it. But if you would, get your politicians to get a garbage can there, and get it collected every week and help keep the waters clean. All righty, folks, listen, I want to thank Willie, I want to thank you and Bud for coming by.
I'd like to say hello to my sister and nephew that's supposed to be watching in Lebanon.
Buddy, sounds good to me.
Gene
Have
and
at it.
David.
All right. Hope you're watching, Gene and David, and getting this broadcast. And like I said, Bud, it's good to have you and Willie here with me. Folks, we're going to sign off. Dylan, make sure you get all my sponsors, Service Pro, the candy store, the bank, Citizens First Bank, Pamela Ann's Fudge and Candies, folks, just all of our sponsors, Shared Treasures, Vans Auto Parts, just on and on, having the weekly specials down there got to have our sponsors, or we couldn't have people like these gentlemen over here with us to tell us about what's going on the waterways and this, that, and the other. So do support our sponsors, folks, and let them know you appreciate us doing the show. Tim's Tires. So that's about what we got. God bless you all. See you next week. And don't forget the people that's going to be on next week.
Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the
Sun is up. Time's at hand.
Hi, I'm Wade Spencer. I'm an avid outdoorsman who travels the country hunting, fishing, and singing.